Good luck, everybody.
Godspeed. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
All right, DG. You are up.
All right. Well, welcome to the Planet of Oob. This is our first session, so please excuse us for technical difficulties. I am just going to jump right into it. Activate our Amethyst capital.
Whoa.
All right.
Hacksaw, you might want to mute, dude.
All right. So you all sit within a large courtyard with many strange creatures that you kind of hope to recognize. You don't bother counting, but there's easily 50 other creatures in here. As you're waiting for your name to be called, you recall the crazy events leading up to this moment, starting when you entered that strange portal. You recall your first steps in this new world. Waning off disorientations, you were able to take in the sights around you. You each saw different terrain: a forest, a meadow, a small island, a grand cavern, a swamp, a sandy beach, and a snowy mountainside. There was hardly any time to ponder what happened before one of your own kind approached you. You immediately noticed the deep emerald color of their eyes and felt their overwhelming power as they approached you. Despite all that, you felt comforted seeing their own eyes and allowed them to lead you away to a hidden location nearby. They then explained what happened and where you are now. Apparently, the portal you entered through is known to be one way, and for whatever reason you came here, this is where you live now. A world ruled by 3 kingdoms populated by different colors of dragons: the Metallic Kingdom, the Chromatic Kingdom, and the Gem Kingdom. They led you to a teleportation circle as they continue to explain that you are what they call an otherworlder, and would be processed by the gems, ultimately placing you under the reign of either the Metallics or the Chromatics. Or else you would fend for yourself in the wilderness with the other creatures who decided against the protection of the dragons. You are then teleported off to the Gem Dragon capital, where you are met by another individual, what's called a human, with amethyst-colored eyes. He quickly hurries you away to where you are now. They explain you're to wait here, and you would be collected into groups and divided between the 2 kingdoms. You would also have the choice to brave the world on your own, but it's not recommended. There's rarely survivors in the wilderness. So you decide to wait, and wait, and wait some more, until now, where your thoughts are interrupted by a very short human man with amethyst-colored eyes, and he introduces himself. Hello, I'm Amethyst. I'm an officer for the city. Please come with me. He guides you to a side room after collecting 9 other individuals on the way, seemingly at random. Okay, so my job is to place you into groups and give you your first task. Please introduce yourselves. Alright, let's start with Bellamy. Stop the list.
Bellamy will look around, right? See these people, creatures even, right? That he's never seen before, right? Looks to his left, looks to his right, is unsure of where he is, right? But being prompted to introduce himself, he begins by saying, hello, I'm Bellamy. I'm a wizard of sorts. Right. Also a servant of the shadows. And I've come seeking my teacher. If you require, I'm also well versed in performance art, so these are my strengths. Thank you.
Okay. The The human man curtly nods his head and points to the next player, Cliff.
Cliff kind of does the same kind of thing as Bellamy. Kind of looks around, kind of stomping his feet a little bit. Has a weird look on his face. Pulls some dirt out of his pocket, puts it on the ground, steps on it. My name's Cliff. I'm Eric. Not really sure what's going on here, but it's mighty nice to meet you all. If you ever need any healing, just say ow.
All right. Once again, he nods his head and points to the next, Grenwyn.
You see an imposing figure who's 7 foot tall and muscular in all the exposed parts. You can see she's incredibly strong, and she's covered from top to bottom in blue fur, or at least the parts you can see are. Her face is covered in blue fur, and she looks around and says, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm here to find Trespian. I'll be getting out of your hair as soon as I can. And she sits back down, if she was sitting.
Yeah, everybody has their own personal little seat to sit on. We will do Hacksaw next.
Hello? I do not know why I'm here or how I got here. I was just running for my life, and now I'm here. I'm sneaky, despite being enormous, because I'm like almost 8 feet tall and like 400-pound turtle man guy. But I don't really do much for violence, as violence took somebody close away from me. I prefer to mend those that require it. A bit of a healer. Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Miku.
Miku is a bit more out of sorts than everyone else here because she's not used to looking at people with 4 limbs. But Miku Cirrus here. I'm basically a refugee. My city went to hell. I had to fly as best I can, hoping I could find some of the other folk, Greys like me, who had to flee around here. She is notably colored like a common pigeon, if for those who have common pigeons in their world. And I like to believe that she is actually anxiously holding her axe like she has in her profile pic, just out of sheer anxiety.
Beautiful. We'll come up with Nilar.
Hello, I am Mueller. I have no clue how I got. Last I saw, my world was in fire, and then I blinked and I was here, and now I see. Oh, what are there's so many questions, so many. You're a wizard. I want to know every spell you have, but I have to get home. Oh, what has happened to her? Well, I'll try and stay out of your hair as well, as fast as I can, or if anyone knows a way home, please help me. But otherwise, tell me about yourselves. Thank you.
And finally, Spear.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Unlike this fellow before me, I'm not in a very big hurry to go anywhere. No, I'm fine. We can stay here. I can help. You want help? I'll help your kingdom. No problem. It's just a bit boring here. No, this has been slow, very idle. I don't know if I like just sitting around. Maybe we can get some wine, or adventure or both at the same time, even better. But I do not like this sitting around. You want me to serve a kingdom? That is great, but the gods do not respect the idol. Please, get me out of my bunk room. And I sit back down.
Beautiful. All right. So besides you seven, we have three more creatures in here to introduce themselves. A female Kalistar sorcerer named Cassandra. She claims to be some sort of seer. A male Goliath barbarian named Thozak, who entered this world after his clan was completely destroyed. And finally, a male Aasimar cleric named Alto. He says he was sent here by Pelor himself, the god, to expand his teachings to a brand new world. And after all those introductions are all finished up, our main amethyst in the middle here splits the groups. We got two groups of three and a group of four. By dragon intellect, they decide that this is best group composition that you guys can come up with, right? Okay. So the last three who introduce themselves, these guys up over here, they don't like the rule of the dragons, and they decide they want to hack it on their own. So they stand up, say, "We're not doing this," and they leave. And we'll see if they survive the wilderness in the future.
Big mistake.
If possible, can you just copy, like, write down how to spell their names in the chat if possible?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get that to you guys. No worries. All right. The amethyst dragon lets them leave and goes, well, that happens. As far as the rest of you, Nilar, Cliff, and Miku will be heading towards the Mentalic Kingdom, while Hacksaw, Bellamy, Subir, and Grendwin will be heading towards the Chromatic Kingdom. I will now go inform my colleagues that you are ready for further instruction, and they can brief you in more detail on what happens next. Please save any questions you have for them, as that is not my job. He then stands and exits the room, leaving the seven of you alone for the time being.
That could have gone worse, no?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Good eye.
I'm used to being on the beat around where I came from. Big city on the clouds, but every one of you seems a bit weird to me. I keep wondering, where are your wings? And I'm like, no one else has wings except that guy over there. I liked his wings.
Well, what's wrong? You never seen Eric and Lassie before?
No.
Well, that's weird.
It must
I understand what you're talking about. This is a very strange interaction for me. I've never seen most of your types before, at least not so big.
Oh,
I've seen a birdie before, but they're much smaller where I come from.
Yeah, I figured you were just kind of mutants, maybe some failed experiment. Are there more of you?
Aye, how do you know you're not the failed experiment?
Oh, the Vidalkin, it simply isn't possible. We're, to be frank, quite great.
It is possible we are all dreaming. Perhaps we're making this up in our imaginations. We should just have fun while we're here. No harm, huh?
Oh, that is absolutely not true. I followed Christy through that portal thing in the wall. It was weird. It is definitely not a dream.
I don't know about you guys, but most of you guys are guaranteed not to be experiments. I did 2 years of medical university, and they had all kinds of creatures. And some of you I recognize, and I can cure your wounds and knit your bones back together. I'm very skilled in this aspect of life.
I mean, with only 5 fingers, that's a disability from where I'm from.
How many fingers do you have?
6.
Oh, that's not that many extra, though.
You'd be surprised what one more can do.
I
I'm
am.
not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I would very much like it if this were a dream, but it's most likely not. I've known about this portal for years. It's just I'd have to be crazy to want to fly through it unless situations were really dire. And they got really, really dire really, really quickly. I hit a lord on the head with a bottle of wine.
What is a lord?
Oh, that is not good. Not good at all. I too have to leave very quickly, so it's good that we're here for a while, right? I don't know why some people want to get back so fast. They have treated us very well.
We have lives to get back to. I've got a whole kingdom that is relying on me, and then I've got the whole entire forest outside of that, and the High Lady will be wondering what I've gone. She'll think I just abandoned her.
You know, everyone who works anywhere thinks that the place cannot run without them. And yet, when they quit, everything is fine. I'm sure it's fine where you're from. There's no hurry.
You all are saying a lot of words right now that I don't rightly know. All I know is that Sune, she told me to go through a portal, and I just do what I'm told.
I'm sorry. I appreciate you trying to be an optimist, sir, but I am 100% not joking when I say that if I went back through that portal, it would be a death sentence. And my main hope is that as many other Aarakocra as possible got through this portal in time, because things are going to look very bad for birds like me.
Oh. Have you not found any friends since you've been here?
It's been a day tops. I am very bad at telling time here. The sun doesn't seem to work like it did back home.
Well, we're all friends, ain't we?
Yes. I'd agree with that.
Until
seem
you
like
do
good
something that
people.
would indicate otherwise.
I mean, nobody's tried to kill anybody yet, so you're all good in my book.
It seems we will be split up anyway, no? The groups.
It does seem that way, yeah.
They explained a lot to us, but I still feel rather confused about the whole thing. Are they getting us a home, or are we stuck here?
Are we supposed to leave this place and go somewhere else?
From what I'm guessing,
or are they coming to us?
I heard chromatic and dragons and metallic and dragons. Now, I don't know what a dragon is, but metal and chroma means, shiny stuff and colorful stuff. So we got Team Shiny. You guys got Team Colorful. I do not know the greater significance, but that is what I can parse out.
Do you all believe that, from what I can infer, right, if this be the land of dragons, right, do you all believe that man just now, Amethyst, was a dragon in and of itself? In my eyes, he looked to be of my race. Yes, in my eyes, he looked to be of my own race.
Or humanoid, I should say, sorry.
Do they shapeshift?
I wouldn't discount that as a possibility, but I don't. The only thing I know about dragons is they've got the right number of limbs, in my understanding. Sorry.
So I did not know there was a right number of limbs.
As I said, it's taking me a lot to get used to. Not a single one of you have beaks either, and I'm trying to parse that.
I mean, I think your hair's very weird, if that helps.
Hair? What is hair?
It's, and she throws her braid over her shoulder, and it's a long black braid that goes down to her waist.
How do you get your feathers to do that?
I don't have feathers.
Ah, I think I get it. Hair is like those things on rats, except it's positioned like crest feathers, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking. You call those crest feathers.
Yeah.
And what are you? She looks at Bellamy. What kind of... I don't know if I know a thing like you. Not in a bad
Well-
way. I want to understand you a bit more.
I just from land, from my own homeland, we call ourselves humans. Right. It seems that we're all of different species.
Yeah.
Human, right?
It's
A human?
Are all of you
Human.
the top of your food chain, your apex, or are you more lower on what's it, a food chain?
That's a mighty weird way of thinking.
Oh, well,
I don't
it's
eat
such
I
cheese.
mean,
I don't think it's food. Most of the time, it's made of metal.
the question I think my dear friend's trying to ask is, right? Do any of you have any other intelligent species within your homelands besides your own species? Right. That could be an interesting thing because, at the very least, from where I am from, right, no other species is as intelligent as the humans. Right.
exactly.
Eventually,
Yeah.
You don't have any
Yeah.
trees there.
trees.
Well, I
No,
mean,
we have
Aye, they're
trees.
very
I mean,
intelligent.
there's other types of ganassi. There's like air ganassi. There's like fire ganassi, water ganassi, and then
And you all live together.
no. Oh no.
How does your biology work? In which case, if you are of an air ganassi, are you made of air?
Yeah.
Yep.
Air being an immaterial, like transparent fluid, how would that create physical structure?
Divine power.
Wait, so you're of the same species, but there are different sects of you and you don't get along.
No.
You say for the
I'm not
Ganassi?
quite sure if we still get along or not. I've been in exile for a long time.
Oh, shit.
What did you
Story,
do?
You and
story
me,
time.
you.
Story time.
I'm very concerned being around you now.
Oh no, it was.
Go ahead.
I had to leave to prove to prove myself. Yes, to earn the love of the chief's daughter.
Ooh la la.
Right.
That sounds like one of the cases my clients would send me on.
What's
It's not
the
really
chief?
as juicy as you would like, but that's the truth of it.
Do you fancy this girl?
I believe I do.
Then you must go to her.
She is not here.
No, but you
I'm
must
not
fight to go to her. Romance is so important.
I am not sure
I
that
believe
is
so.
physically practical at all. We Aarakocra have known those portals exist above and below their city, and every bird who's ever gone through them has never gotten back out of them. Though, interesting enough, my story is kind of similar to Cliff's here. Down to there being rather arbitrary differences. There's the colorful ones; those are called the brights, and then there's ones that are all gray or brown. Those are called the grays and Ashens. God, I'm tired.
This is okay.
Right.
Do not be nervous.
I forgot my most important question. What kind of magic do you all have from your world? Do you have magic?
Oh,
Yeah, I can heal things and other stuff.
I made a good.
I can heal things as well, just a little bit.
Oh, what kind of arcane calculations do you use for your regenerative spell properties?
I just hold my hand out and pray to Sune, and she does it for me.
Ill matter. I can't do any of that healing stuff. I tried. I just don't have enough. I don't know, force of personality. But I was able to get ill matter to make me basically unkillable. Very difficult to kill.
That is a very nice
Bellamy-
boon.
So Sune gives you this power. Are they a powerful mage?
No, she's the goddess of life and love.
Goddess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Oh, right. So, like, there's us who are like normal
Mhm.
people, and we pray to like gods and goddesses to give us power. And if you're good enough and you listen and you don't do no bad things and you stick to what you said you would do for them, then they give you power.
Oh, government. We call it government.
Oh no.
No. That is. As
like,
someone who has to deal with both of those are not the same thing.
It's like a higher power kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're above you, and they dictate what you can do, and if you don't, you're punished.
Oh, I wouldn't say Sylvanas punishes so much. I mean, I think the Oak Father is very embracing of all and really works towards unity and prosperity for everyone. So I think he's a very fair deity.
Sounds like
Wow.
Sune.
Sounds like you have a refined government. That's very good.
I don't really think you're getting this down, and that's coming from me.
I think here's the main difference. So, like, a government is more like the High Lady and the High Lords, I guess. That is, and they are people who are like you who tell you what to do and tell you what not to do, but they make laws and rules. But like a deity is something that is kind of more powerful and like it's only them. They don't have to agree to anything with anybody else. They just get to do what they want to do and they get to like be who they want to be and they can make anybody else like powerful too. But I don't think governments can give you power like that.
All right, y'all
the High Elders
keep
are
using
quite
that word.
capable.
Y'all keep using that word government. What is that?
Government is like when a society gets structured. So there are people whose job it is to assign people to do other jobs, and those jobs work together to keep society running.
Well, they don't seem to have to be assigned to a job. I've never been assigned to a job.
Yeah. The people in my village, they just do their job.
I mean, not everyone works for the government. Technically, almost all my clients were nobility, but I didn't have to take them. They just had enough money to be worth investigating for.
In my opinion, you are forgetting the most important part. It's what happens after you die. The gods and goddesses judge you and decide whether you wait for eternity for them to help you or whether they pass you on to the paradise that awaits you. And that is our job, to make them happy, to show off, to impress them while we are here. And so once we die, they're like, yes, please, have a front row seat. I want you next to me.
So your culture embraces lichdom?
Lichdom, I don't know what that means. My culture embraces parties. I follow the god of revelry, who encourages a good time and meeting people and the friends like we're doing right now. My god must be very happy that I'm meeting such good friends so fast.
So
Ilmater is the clipped god. He is the god of the poor, and he is almost always worshipped by the Ashen folk down there. It's more of a symbiotic relationship. He will reward the followers who do his work well in his afterlife, but he is also kind to the living, the diseased, the disabled.
So, as a human who's come from a world of both government and religion, the basic distinction is a government is a organization run by people of similar power of our species, right? It exists in order to enforce policies and create policies for society. It makes that convenient, right? And for the people within the society. Religion, on the other hand, right, is a belief of a higher power that usually has control over a specific domain, such as life, right? It's generally something immaterial, right, and it's not more of an idea. There's a god of death, a god of life, a god of revelry, right, as has been stated. Um, Now,
The god of nature.
god of nature as well, and such supernatural beings have the incredible ability to gift their servants the power of magic, right? In which case, these servants will obey their god and live to the ideals of their gods in exchange, right, for their own supernatural powers being presented in the form of magic. To answer your previous question, I, on the other hand, and Bellamy will take out a book, right? I'm more of a wizard. I've made contact with the weave through my own studies, and as such, gained the power to wield magic. This is another way to gain the power of magic. I don't know if any of you all have such wizardry powers within your societies, or if you all rely on your.
That is the deciding factor of my society. Our governments are of magic. It's we also interact with the weave, and this entire time, you'll notice Nilar is scribbling down on his journal as much as he can, taking in everything, and it almost looks nonsensical. But you'll also hear jingling, and at this time, you might notice as his arms leave the page of his journal, he's wearing shackles, partly melted shackles.
Upon noticing this from Nilar, Miku is brought into focus enough to realize that she should also be taking notes on this.
But no, that magic is what decides power and life and death and domain, as you put it, similar to those gods. Although we don't generally specialize just in one, there's a few whack jobs who like to, but generally we try to broaden our knowledge as much as possible to enrich our culture and raise ourselves and our colleagues up.
It's kind of the opposite where I come from. The Brights are the ones who hold all the power, and because of that, the Brights are the ones that get to go into those wizard universities. Unless you're lucky enough to be a child of the storm and be able to do magic on your own. I knew a kid who can do that once.
Your Brights sound like our elders, our current ones at least.
They're not any older than us. They're just more colorful.
Oh. That seems even more indiscriminately unjust.
Whose keyboard is being super loud again?
I'm sorry.
Hacksaw kind of like stands up and kind of like hesitantly raises his hand. It's like, getting like way back. Do you guys not know how to heal without magic? Like, we don't have magic where I'm from. At least not for healing.
My nose and it never got fixed. Can you fix my nose? I broke it 4 years ago.
I would have to re-break it. Sorry, it might cause you some pain.
This is why I do not understand medicine. No.
I can break your nose if you want.
There's basic first aid, but there's only so much you can do with that. If you want to actually like treat salmonella or something serious like that, you need an actual paladin or a cleric.
Or you could use the right herbs.
Yeah, just natural ointments.
We don't have much in the way of herbs. So basically, due to some ancient angering of the Sky Lords or something, the surface of our planet became basically uninhabitable. Nothing. Our ancestors that basically just carried up the stuff we need to eat, and unfortunately some of our pests also follow us. That's why we still have rats, but we don't have any useful medicinal herbs.
Well, I bet that's very disappointing for you people. But maybe you can bring something back from your journey here. Maybe you can go back to your world and make it a better place, learning what you have from these other cultures, I guess.
I would love to, but as I said, I'm just not sure it's possible. I think if it was, either this place is so wonderful that no one ever wants to leave, and I'm not sure if that's the case, or it truly is a one-way trip.
Yes,
I hope
well,
that's not true.
we have tried, I can assure you. And that's when you all notice another Anthus man, totally different than the other ones, standing in the doorway, just listening to your conversation, waiting for a pause in between to speak up. Says, I am going to take 4 of you over to one room, and another will take the other 3. I very much enjoy listening to your conversations, but we need to clear the room for the next group, unfortunately. So any questions you may have, you can bring them up in the side rooms.
Very well.
Well, best of luck to you. I hope you all get what you're searching for.
Well, I hope all of you remain in one piece. If not, just call my name out. I'll be there as soon as I hear it.
Thank you.
Well, how good is your hearing?
Well, voice travels. Sune might tell me y'all need help. I'll come running. I'll get there eventually.
Okay.
Yes, come now. He opens the door and leads the group of 4 out. And there we will take a brief intermission to split up the groups.
All right. Should we go and log out of the stream?
Okay.
So, I believe it's the Greens that are leaving right now.
Get out. See ya.
Nice having you all in here.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, so is it just an intermission because the other group is letting themselves out, or is it a real intermission where we can get snacks and whatever?
You know what? While we're waiting, I'm not sure how long it'll take them. They got to get spun up, so on and so forth. So if you'd like to go ahead, grab yourself a snack. We'll take a 10-minute break. Does that sound good for everybody?
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Works for me. I'll have my headset on, so feel free to call back to me.
I probably won't, but that's fine. Yeah, take your breaks, do your things. Nylar, I'm glad you got your camera flip-flopped and flop-flipped.
It is just a night of fun technical difficulties. Yeah.
I have been dilly-dallying with all the little technicalities that is streaming today, trying to make sure I had to make a whole new scene for collaboration. Yeah, it's a little different.
It was nice getting to meet the other group. Hopefully, when we see them on the battlefield, it won't be a bloody battlefield.
Bloody, not bloody. Who's blood?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I figure we'll just meet back here at 9:10. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, that'll work well.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go ahead and put us on the Be Right Back. Good day, good day. All right, do we have everybody back? Ah, so it was based off the screen. I have not tested that yet. Oh, that's good. So when I was on that Be Right Back screen, I couldn't hear anybody.
Oh.
But as soon as I switched back to the clap cam, hey, noises.
Hey, there we go.
I'm just glad I tested it out before I tried to cut the screen.
How does the stream work? Like our campaign is streaming, and then their campaign is streaming as well.
Yes, so we are attacks of opportunity. They are attacks of opportunity light.
Oh.
Because obviously we're better. But yeah, so that's essentially how we're doing it. It gives me and the other DM a chance to look at each other's streams and kind of plan for the next week. What we do ask is that our players don't look at each other's streams. That way they don't, glean some knowledge that they probably shouldn't have. And metagame,
Yep. Save it as a treat for the end.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will have quite a bit to watch. So that's good. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get TikTok. Apparently, they require 1,000 subscribers already, and I can tell you that I do not have that. I don't have anywhere near that. I don't know 1,000 people, let alone 1,000 people who want to listen to me talk.
You gotta buy them, man. You gotta buy them.
Ugh, never.
True.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you need 1,000 subscribers to go live on TikTok.
Or just get a god level or God, what's it called? God mode AI. Tell it to generate 1,000 different accounts and follow.
Oh, jeez.
It sounds like he knows what he's doing, so you should probably talk to him about it.
I mean, seriously. All right. So I will try to make this a little bit nicer in case you guys are wondering. The background there is actually the map of the world. That is something that everybody would be given as far as maps go. You would see major cities, so on and so forth. You would see the different terrains to some extent.
Which background?
I'm not sure if you can see the background on the stream.
We're still in the chair room.
Yeah, same.
On the stream?
Yeah.
On the stream, I might be able to.
Oh, okay. On the stream.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, there's basically a map of the world. You'll notice that the metallics are all in green, and the chromatics are all different colors. And then you'll notice the gems are mostly there's a few different colors, but it's to a much lesser effect.
And where are we?
Right now, we are up in the very middle there, the one little castle that is encircled by slight green. That is the Gem Dragon capital.
Gotcha.
So which stream is the map on? I'm confused.
I'm not sure. Did you guys bring up the stream itself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
It's on the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't usually use Twitch, so
it's okay. We're on YouTube and Facebook as well. I put the links in our Discord.
I'll just click the YouTube. I already muted it and showed it to other people to check. Works?
Yes, I saw some subscribers come into YouTube, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll wait until you get in the view of the map, but when you do, could you show us again where we are on the green?
So right now you are up in the north section, and I actually do north as top. So you're in that little castle surrounded by white with that little bit of green border. Looks like a moat.
Okay.
And that's where you're at right now. This is a very large world, thousands of miles from tip to tip.
You said it.
Just the tip to tip.
Just the tip.
All right, you guys. No. So, yeah.
Hey, the stream said not for underage audiences. All right.
That is 100% correct. I do believe Hacksaw's still in. Let's see if I.
You know who he reminded me of? You guys watched what's that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell? They're cops.
Yeah. The other guys.
The other guys. You know Will Ferrell's ex-wife and her new husband? Who's like, come on, do my wife. He reminds me of that guy. Let me see if I can get a picture of him.
All right, let's double check the stream, make sure we have no spies. We do have him. We do have one spy in our. Yes. All right. So. Let's see here. I should be able to. There we go. Boom. All right.
Oh yeah.
So as you come back, and you are being led by this gentleman, whose name is also Amethyst, he hands you off to one other individual who looks remarkably like him, and he takes the other group off to their little side room, their little whatever, to discuss your next part of your adventure. Let me activate this for you guys. Gals. Hello, adventurers! How are you today?
No.
I've had better days. Significantly better days.
Well, let's try to make this a good day, because we have things for you to do. Well, hello there!
Is that a regional accent? Is there going to be a lot of that?
You know, everybody, they talk a little bit different, based on the groups that they have been around. I am a little bit more to the east, and I have been there as an ambassador for quite a while. And I have just been brought back, so now I am doing what I love the most, and that's meeting new adventurers.
All right, guys. The east sounds like where we have to go.
I concur. The east is where we're going.
What exactly is in the east?
More like him.
That's all we need.
Well, remember, I am just an ambassador. My name is Amethyst.
My name's Cliff.
Well, hello, Cliff. Miku.
Nilar, or Nil, if you're friendly.
Well, I shall call you Nil because it's more familiar, and I like to have friends.
I like friends.
I would like that as well. I have few.
Now, unlike our elder that you met in the throne room, I am a bit more of what you would call an apprentice. Hopefully, I will end up where he is in, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 years. But I'm working hard every day.
May I ask why you all seem to go by the same name? Is it that we aren't privy to your actual name, or is this some cultural thing?
No, we are all amethyst dragons, and therefore our name is Amethyst.
I'm an Aarakocra. My name is Miku.
Do you have ID codes? How do you differentiate each other?
Well, have you ever seen a cat speak to another cat and it's meow and meow? But they know who they're talking to. That's kind of how it works with us.
What's a cat?
It's a very furry, small creature, very predatory. It'll come up to your leg and it'll rub against it, and then it sounds like hooves beating against the ground really fast, and it's just the most. They're like your claws, but less. I want to scratch your face off, and more. I want to beat the ground.
Okay.
Sounds amazing.
You keep them secure?
No, it sounds like I want to play with some.
Oh, they're lovely creatures, I'll tell you. The greatest thing to do, you're right, I'm the beast of burden, okay? Greatest things ever.
Do you have any here?
I'm sure there's some around the kingdom, but they're usually used with merchants and farmers to take heavy items from point A to point B. Some of our knights may have some as well, but Not too many of us dragons really need to, walk to where we're going.
I think this is why I'm struggling to grasp the concept of an animal you need to ride on. Because, we just fly places.
Well,
Usually we just have like floating discs or augmentations.
oh yes, Tensis Disc and Aarakocra. I'm aware. You have much easier ways to get around, and I am the same way. I too have majestic wings. You can't see them right now. I have them quite hidden. A lot of people have never seen a dragon before, and if you saw something with big wings, reptilian in nature, and the size of a house with teeth that could tear up said horse, you may not be too comfortable when you come through your portals.
Oh, the portals. Why were we brought here? What brought us here?
Oh, you came here on your own. As far as I know, the portals, they're a one-way portal from wherever your home planet is.
What do you mean? What do you mean one way? We can't get back?
Not as far as I know.
That seems to fit the Aarakocra historical record.
That's not really going to work for me. I got business back where I'm from.
Sorry, as do I. Or even if I could get a message back to. Can I get people here?
People can come here, but people can't leave here.
Well, I'm sure there's a way.
There may very well be a way, but it is not something I have known for the 200 to 300 years I have been alive.
Well, that's not very long, so I'll take my chances.
That's not long. How long do you guys live?
Well, the elder
aged in my culture.
The elder is over 2,000 years old.
Hi.
And he knows of no way to get through those portals.
Or maybe no one's told him.
I'm afraid it may be lost to history. Forbidden knowledge.
We're just going to have to dig that up then.
Oh, are you archaeologists? We love archaeologists.
Oh.
I mean, I dig up dirt, but more in a metaphorical sense.
I'm a hermit.
Oh. You dig for other reasons. I understand. So, I hope all of you have enjoyed your stay here for the time you have been here so far. We try to be as hospitable as we can.
We've been here for like an hour.
I just want to find a good place to actually sleep for a bit. Maybe if I sleep, I'll wake up.
I would like a library.
Oh, we have a mission for you. Well, a small mission to start, but a bigger mission to follow. We had something come up recently, but you will eventually end up down in the Metallic Kingdom. Right now, the Metallics and the Chromatic Dragons, they don't like each other at all. They're very differing opinions. Up here in the Gem Dragon Kingdom, we are what you would call neutral territory. Our goal is to try to make everybody happy. But it has been a bit of a pain in the ass, if you ask me. One side's a bunch of they're very religious, and the other side is anarchy. Strongest survives, kind of thing.
Which side is the more religious side?
That will be where you are heading, to the Metallic Kingdom.
That's good.
If you've noticed outside,
Finally, government.
If you noticed outside and upon the maps that you were given, the territory seems to differ greatly between the Chromatic side, which shows a lot of green. The gems, which is a light hodgepodge of different areas, and the chromatics, where everywhere seems to be quite different. It's based on the dragons that live there.
Kind of reminds me of the different dome cities back home. The chromatic side, I mean. We never were able to get a sense of order like the metallic guys have got.
Yes, just like that. So the metallics, they have a much more unified government, and most of the most powerful dragons are in their capital city. Therefore, the energy that they emit changes the landscape to be more of a neutral area. It's very temperate. But the chromatics, since they stated themselves, their areas are governed by that specific dragon. So in one area, you will have an ice kingdom. In another area, you will have a fire kingdom. We're not up here in the gem kingdom. We come here to deliberate, but we also have our own kingdoms. That's why our territory is less extreme.
Well, that's at least one side is neutral. That way, not everybody's in chaos. Chaos is not good.
No, I'm afraid if we were to leave everybody to their own devices, that they would die. They would kill each other. They're very massive dragons.
What?
They're very massive dragons.
So they're massive. That's the first of what I've heard a dragon really is, besides, well, you. And so are you massive by your species?
Oh, he said he was as big as a house.
Don't you? Didn't you guys see these guys on Morph before they took this form? They like have big bat wings, and like they're miles long.
Technically, I think he said reptilian-like.
Yes. Most people know us as a type of reptile. It's very hurtful when we hear it, but we understand the connection. You wouldn't call a frog a reptile. It's so rude.
I'll pat his back. It's all right. They didn't mean nothing by it.
I know.
I'm sure you have beautiful wings. I'm sure.
They're glorious. All the ladies love them.
Stupendous. I'm sure.
Amico, you had something you wanted to ask, did you not?
Well, I just am very confused right now. How many other Ash and Aarakocra have you seen around here? I am very worried. If I'm really hoping as many of them got through the portal as possible.
We have seen Ashen. We have seen, I believe they are called the Brights. We have seen an intermix of both. Some have lived here so long that they're generational. 3-4 generations.
I'm mainly talking about a very recent surge, because things are gonna get bad for them.
I can't really say. I don't interact with everybody who comes through the portal. The Emerald Dragons, they tend to bring most of the adventurers here, and then they split up, and then they're given somebody such as myself. So I'm afraid I haven't ran into too many.
Okay.
Well, what about Ganassi?
I have seen a couple of Ganassi, but it's a hodgepodge of whether I will get an Earth Ganassi or a Fire Ganassi or air. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. You are a very diverse culture.
Yeah, that's true. We are.
Have there been any other Vidalcan, particularly Sylria?
From my understanding, the Vidalkins, they are creatures who tend to enjoy the night. So when they see us, they skedaddle.
Why didn't you skedaddle?
There's
Why
too
the-
many questions.
Oh, all right.
But if do you have any more questions for me that I can answer for you?
How many hours do we have for the questions?
Well, I mean, technically, you have all the time you want, but we do have a time-sensitive request of you. It's of course completely up to you.
Well, first question, what's the request?
Yeah.
So recently, I'm not sure if you have ever heard of what a goblin is, but they are kind of like pests. They have ended up in our world and they multiply and breed, and that's all they do. And recently, a man came to us and told us that his daughter was kidnapped by these goblins. And I don't know if they want to eat her, or just torture her, or what.
Well, I think safe bet will be just to go rescue her.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Are we getting paid for this mission? I don't think it's strictly necessary, but that might be nice.
The father has offered up a reward to novice adventurers. He did not say how much it was, but he did say that there would be a cash reward.
Okay, well,
What
Don't
kind of
see
money
any
do you
reason.
guys got here?
Oh, we use 3 different currencies. We use copper, we have gold, and we have platinum. Some people have traded for gems, but the common currency is those 3 I mentioned.
Oh, so that's still kind of similar to where I'm from too.
Precious
You-
metals, precious gems, they're lovely. We want them.
Yes, they're quite necessary for spell casting, so I understand.
But is everybody on board for going to save this young woman?
seems reasonable. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm in.
Well, if it will lead to more answers, I think that's my only option at this moment.
Well, it sounds like you like questions, not answers, so it'll probably lead to more questions.
Oh, good.
Normally, I would give you time to rest and relax, but given the nature of the enemy, I would ask that you would leave as soon as possible.
What
Right,
does this
sure.
enemy look like?
I'm sorry.
What do they look like? Just so I don't accidentally strike.
Yeah, that's the thing. None of us have that baseline for what's normal and what's goblin.
I mean, as far as I know, like 3 things in that last room could have been goblin, and I might attack one.
Oh no, no, I understand. So goblins, they're little green creatures. They tend to reach up to, and he'll point to the Vidalkin, maybe to your chin. They're kind of short.
Oh,
So they're
But-
short and they're green.
And they're a bit tribal. They know how to use simple weapons, and they tend to yell "razzle frazzle" at people as they approach them.
Well,
Okay,
kinda
that last
loses the
one's
element of
pretty
surprise.
distinct.
oh, what brought about that evolutionary trait, I wonder?
I believe it's a language, but I can't seem to decipher it. They also tend to stick to the woods. They don't tend to have too many in the group, maybe 20 at the most, but never more than that. I can't promise how many are in this group. but I believe you to be capable adventurers. So,
Well, I guess my next question would be, where do we find them and where do we go?
Yeah,
So
there's lots of woods we could be looking for. I think we
I think
should
you said
probably
they're in the sewers, didn't you?
now they're in the woods right now. So they were last spotted to the east.
By how far?
At this point, I mean, they're kind of quick on the feet, but they were dragging a woman behind them. So 10,
I'm
20
gonna need-
miles at least.
I'm gonna.
I mean, we're wasting time here then.
All right. Okay. Miku just gets up and and starts hovering. She basically, the second she gets pointed into a direction, she is going to start going in that direction.
What is the daughter's name?
The daughter's name?
Yes.
Rebecca.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
What's her last name?
I did not catch it from her father. I think he assumed that an elf woman with a bunch of goblins might give it away.
What's her father's name?
Robert.
We don't know what an elf. We don't know what an elf is. None of us are elves.
Does she have a does he have a wife?
I did not see her when he came here. He did not provide that information for us.
Does she have any other siblings?
I do not know that as well. He was very distraught when he spoke to us.
Well, I'm just trying to get all the questions out for him, for Neil.
How old was Rebecca?
Oh, she is young.
Of child age or adult? So
90 to 100 years old.
So elves, if that's young, these elves have normally high lifespans. Can you please explain what an elf looks like? Because I think that might be vital to understanding what we're doing.
So they have ears like the Vidalkin over here. Nil, I believe it was.
Correct.
But unlike his darkish skin, their skin is much, at least this variant is much whiter, almost porcelain colored. They're also rather tall, somewhere around 6 foot tall, 6.5 foot tall.
Okay, so we got tall, white-skinned, pointy ears, and that's what defines an elf. Okay.
That and they are masters with the bow, but again, in captivity, it's very hard to draw the bow, as you can imagine.
That's true.
So where do we start?
East woods, I guess.
Someone please help me navigate the woods. I have never seen more than one tree at once.
Well, we gotta figure out where east is first. We don't want to be walking around in circles and how to get out of this city.
This world, the sun rises in the east, right? That's how it is on. Okay.
Most of my world navigates via river channels and network city. It's a grid system, so it's usually quite easy to navigate. I'm guessing that isn't been established here.
I mean,
I just let Sune guide me. That's what I do.
I mean, a lot of cities are based around the rivers and the lakes, like they used to.
I do have one more question for you. Do you have any like kind of temples in this city?
Oh, most major cities have lots of temples devoted to the many gods that all of our travelers have brought here with them.
Do you have a Sune temple?
Well, I am sure we do. I am not sure where it might be. I myself do not pray to that specific god or goddess. Have you?
Could you find me somebody who does know?
I'm sure I could ask around. I do request that you come back here when you are done so that we can reunite this poor father with either his daughter or, in the worst case scenario, her remains.
Yeah, let's get moving to not get into that worst case scenario. I will ask. I've got questions about the local matter worshippers too, but like, we got priorities.
Yeah, how do you handle your criminals, by the way? Do we kill these goblins or capture?
I would very much ask that you kill any of the wild goblins that roam the woods. There have been a few to come through the portal that have been, very hospitable, but they are few and far between.
Okay, you give us permission to execute them for it, right? Understandable.
Of course. Is there anything else before you head out?
I think,
No, I'm all right.
Let's be efficient.
Yeah. I've got my grip on this. I am definitely fine.
What are your? If I'm gonna do battle, I'm not very familiar with a battlefield from where I come from, but it may be best to discuss a tactic. I tend to be further away, and there are some wizards from where I come from that will fight in close quarters, but that is not what I do.
If you need someone to keep you out of the front lines, that's my job.
Okay.
I kind of go where I'm needed. I heal, so that's kind of what I do, and I provide a little support.
Yeah. Do you use that weapon on your hip, or is that just for your magical spells? Yes.
Oh no, I do use my mace. Yes.
Oh, okay.
At that point, Amethyst will get up and leave the room. If you will excuse me, I have another group to catch. I will see you upon your return. Please be safe out there.
You do the same, Amethyst. And now that we're friends, we'll totally go get some food and discuss magical theory later, right? That's what friends do, right?
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna call you Amy.
Oh, a nickname, friends. I love it.
Amy sounds good, sure.
Amy it is.
And then he'll leave the room.
All right, Miku is probably going to fly full speed toward the door until she realizes that no one else can fly and is moving significantly slower, at which point she will stop and then resume her flying at the speed of her companions walking.
All right. And if you are proficient in survival, anybody who is proficient in survival, please go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I will, if you are proficient in perception or investigation, I will take those rolls as well.
All right, but Miku's going to do her investigation
thing. Okay, so we're just starting off with that. First roll of the...
Hey, first roll of the natty.
Oh, man, we're going to... Wow, you guys hit high, low, and dead center. Okay. All right, so that's what we're doing. Okay. All right, so Miku, you are trying to look for any clues that you can out in the woods, but you seem to be you're very distracted by the fact that nobody's got feathers, and I feel like it's bugging you. and it's just really hampering your investigation skills.
Also, she has never actually been in the woods at all. I will take. Woods are a thing that used to exist in her world.
Oh no, the bright ones you want to avoid. Those ones tend to be more poisonous. Although I'm not familiar with this fauna. Careful, Miku.
While it has slowed you down a bit with your investigation checks, Nylar, you are able to come across some tracks, some impressions in the ground. It looks to be a group, and one set seems to be a little deeper than the others. Cliff, as you are walking behind Nylar, you are noticing bits of cloth that are in cricker bushes and little bits of hair strewn about. It looks like it may have been pulled. You feel like you were heading the right direction.
I'll point it out to the group.
Miku is well aware that she's out of her element here, so she's just gonna follow Cliff because he knows what he's doing.
If this is the right direction, I'll just take a moment and cast Mage Armor.
Go ahead and put it up in the chat. Okay, that's where that ends up. All right.
Y'all will bear with me. I'm gonna talk to Sune here for a second. Cliff's gonna get down, sit down, crisscross applesauce. He's gonna cast Augury. How much mana do I have?
You should have 7.
7. Thank you. I forget. I have it written down somewhere, but I forgot.
It's all good.
And I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna shake up my sticks.
Are you throwing bones right now?
Sticks, just my inlaid sticks. I don't know. Pretty sure I don't have dragon bones yet.
Oh God.
Right. Sune, my girl, how you doing? How is this? Whatever the end of this trail, how's that going to work out, girl? No, shake
it. With that, you'd feel a wheel and a woe. With that specific line of questioning.
Well, Sune isn't not but one thing, but she is honest. She said that this could end good or this could end badly.
I'll trust her judgment on that. I was planning on being pretty as cautious as possible. That's why I'm trying to move quickly. I am bad at it, but I am trying to.
Oh, Nil, that's how she talks to me.
All right. You spend probably 3 or 4 hours out on the road, as it were, sifting through bushes and meandering your way through trees, bits of cloth, bits of hair. It's usually only a strand or two at a time, but Cliff is able to spot them right out. Nylar, you got a pretty firm grasp on looking at those tracks and keeping a hold of them. You've gotten held up at rivers a couple of times, but aside from that, you're able to pick up the tracks pretty quickly. As you are meandering, you see the sun starts to go down, and you notice a light in the distance. You can tell that it is a fire, but it takes, or you're not sure if it's a campfire, if a house is on fire, a torch. You're just not sure at this point.
Is it moving or is it stationary?
It's stationary.
About how far away?
Okay. I'd say probably about a half mile away.
Oh, that's pretty close then.
All
What do you
right,
guys wanna do?
all right, guys. I am not taking any chances here. I'm flying as fast as I can, and I'll try to yell out if it's something relevant. If you just see me stop and there's no yelling involved, then I'm just gonna chill out and you don't need to worry.
Well, wouldn't we lose the element of surprise if you did something like that? You started yelling.
Good point.
I think we should use your flying ability to our I forget the word, but
advantage.
Our advantage. Thank you. I think you should go fly, get kind of as close as you can in the high trees. Trees are these big things with the leaves on them.
Yeah, I know trees exist.
Right.
I just haven't interacted with many.
Find one that can support your weight, and see if that's the goblins and come back to us. Try and be sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah. If you would like, I can send a companion with you, and hopefully he can be some help, or at least notify us. And
it'd be two sets of eyes.
Yeah. I would like to ritual cast the Find Familiar spell. Or, well, it's not ritual, it's just a cast. Or I don't know if you would have let me retroactively, but...
You guys are still a half mile away.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you want.
Yeah. I'll cast Find Familiar, and when it finally manifests, it will look like an ocelot, but as it kind of forms and it turns its heads up, the tendrils that you normally see between it get webbing, and it grows rapidly into almost like wings instead. And just as a flavor of the raven for Find Familiar.
Okay, I don't currently have a thing for that. So feel free to, if you go ahead and cast it in chat, throw it down in chat there.
Yeah.
And we will. Oh, that's neat.
Oh, and it is a ritual. Okay, so a little ritual.
Yeah, if you want to do it as a ritual, go ahead and give yourself that 1 mana back. And then next time, go ahead and throw that in your channel so that I remember to make you a thing, a token.
Thank you.
Okay. I will go ahead and give you something. Because I don't think they have an ocelot in here. So I apologize for that.
No, you're.
I
jumped.
But I will give you a rat instead. How about that?
Perfect.
We'll go ahead and just throw this down for now. Because reasons. So that's your guy. Yeah. What's your next steps?
Okay, Miku is going to grab that rat, struggling very hard not to hurt this thing, because her response to rats as a city dweller is fight or flight, but she is trying to gently hold it. And
definitely an ocelot with wings on the side of its head.
Okay. Okay, it's an actual ocelot. Well, she has no idea what this thing is. Cats went extinct when the only sentient beings that could have possibly saved them were birds.
These are the most adorable creatures ever. I don't know what this cat is, but.
Alright, so she's gonna hold on to that ocelot and try to stealthily fly. Fly towards the fire.
Okay, how high do you plan on flying?
I would say about 30 feet up, and she's trying to keep. She knows she's not used to doing this, but she's trying to keep in the branches to make herself less noticeable.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. All right.
30-20.
You and that winged ocelot are flying along, and you, as you come across the fire, you notice 4 goblins. One definitely looks to be have a little more clothing on them, and you see a cage, with what looks to be a person in it. You can't tell if that's your person because it is, in fact, kind of dark outside. And at your speed, you just have a hard time making it out. But you definitely see 4 goblins and a person in a cage.
Okay, so she's doing the Nil said and looping back to communicate with the party.
All right, you do that. What's your next steps?
So we found the goblins and we found a captive. I don't even care if it is the person we're looking for. I think we are obligated to go get those goblins and free the prisoner.
I would agree. Our primary objective is their safety, though. My little friend here has a fun little trick, and I'll have it start mimicking the sound of a crying baby. A little unsettling. But.
I am sure they'll respond. I guess that would act as a distraction, regardless of how their kind responds to the young.
Yeah, at the very least, it may pull them away from the cage and help keep them safe.
And you said it's basically like an infant that you are trying to mimic?
Yeah, I guess if I would have Videlkins would cry, I think, maybe. So it will sound just like, an infant that would be crying. A real simple, like,
Okay. You know what? Go ahead. Is that a special ability of it, or?
It is. It's a DC 10 Wisdom to recognize it as a raven.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So if we want to pull them away and then try and get them as they approach the infant.
Okay. And that is to each of them, right?
Correct. Any that would hear it.
Okay. Okay. You notice that 2 of them break off, and
I've been muted. I'm sorry. I suggested that we should have hid before we did this.
Yeah.
I've been muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering. But yeah, I figured we were just planning right now So plan-wise, lure them away. Any that come away, go in and attack. Well, they're
Yeah, I think we should hide.
okay. I'll start with an area of effect spell when they get on the area. If you guys want to run in after, I don't want to hit you as well.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
just gonna beat the shit out of them.
so you have finally meandered your way up to the goblins, or where you guys saw the fire and all that.
Yes.
Okay, let me change screens for you. You'll have to remind me if you have dark vision or not, because I forget.
Eric Kokra, do not.
I don't think Vidal can do either.
I forget to look. How do you look at your character's screen? Your character sheet on Foundry?
Double click it.
Yeah,
And it should be under features.
and it does look like Cliff has it. When you click on your token, you can see quite a bit out. While our boy Nil and our girl Miku do not.
I do not have dark vision.
That's right. I should have done that. Oops. Next time.
But yeah, as you are standing there to boy, there we go. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to fix that for next time. We'll put them right here, and we'll say that they are.
Oh, I do have dark vision.
They are looking into the woods to see where that sound is coming from.
All right, dude.
All right. I will find this. 5 feet.
Oh, we lost them.
Who did we lose?
Nylar.
Nylar. Nylar! Let's see. I expect technical difficulties. Oh boy. Somebody did a thing. Alright, I think I fixed that. Kept zooming in on you guys. That would be terrible. Alright,
There he is.
Oh.
Like to wait and see if they get closer to each other. If not, I will try to hide until they turn their backs on us.
Yeah, so they sorry. Well, they do seem to be looking pretty well. Almost seems like they can tell what's going on in the darkness of the woods. Yeah, as soon as the crying seems to stop or quiet up, um, they'll turn around and start heading back.
All right. When they turn their back is when I will, not wanting to just use that yet, I'll cast Mind Sliver on the one on the right. Oh, I didn't hit target. That one. That's a intelligence save, DC 13.
All right. So with that, I'm going to have everybody roll initiative. I will give you guys a surprise round.
Okay. Again.
All right. Well, Miku, it's good. We're just getting them all out of the way now.
What is the .12? What is that?
So those are dexterity
That's-
modifiers.
They're for tiebreakers.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and skip him. Nylar, you did your thing. The thing that I totally remember you did. The mind sliver. That's the word. Okay. And he fails it. Taking 3 damage.
And then the raven would go directly after me. And I will have it. Oh, is this the raven here? Okay.
Is it a raven or an ocelot?
Or sorry, ocelot. With the raven stat block. You are correct.
Ravens. I don't know. I may actually have it raven. I don't know. No, that's not quite it. Rat it is.
Oh, yes. And then do I have control of its icon?
You probably don't. I will give you that. You should have control of it now.
Wonderful. I will have it fly. Oh.
Still no?
No, I think I had the wrong thing selected. There we go. Over to these trees and have it begin to make a light chuckle laugh.
All right. Is there a range to that, or is it just?
Not really. No, it's just anything that can hear it. There even can make some simple sounds it has heard, such as a person whispering, a baby crying, or an animal chittering. A creature that hears the sound can tell their imitations with a successful DC 10 Wisdom insight check.
Well, let's go ahead and. You said DC 10?
Correct.
Yeah, none of them seem to look its direction.
Okay. That's totally fair. And that would be that for my turn. I will stay where I'm at, hoping they don't know.
Okay. Cliff?
All right. Cliff's going to get out his mace. He's going to make an attack.
As you swing, you're not used to such small creatures. And they're able to duck much lower than you're expecting, and you have to swing over their head.
Shit. That's my turn.
All right, skipping these. Miku.
Okay. Miku is going to generally go in the same direction Cliff did. And she will notice that there's another goblin that he is not on. And she will rage and she will axe.
Rage and axe. Let's see the raging axe.
So much rage.
So much rage. So much axe.
Okay, and there we go. She will also reckless attack.
All right. Reckless rage.
And let's see. Great axe.
All right. Well, that 23 is definitely gonna connect. Let's see here. So as you bring down this axe of justice, yeah, he stands there for a couple of seconds before the two halves of him fold apart like two pieces of Wonder Bread.
Nice.
And yeah, that's what Miku can do for her turn.
Yeah. Well, you did it. You did. All right. If that's your turn. Finally, the more heavily clothed goblin hears of a ruckus, and he is going to come on down. And with that, he's going to stay. Actually, wait a second. Never mind. I got excited. No, I'm still excited. Miss Miku, he looks down. He looks up at you. He looks down at the two halves of the goblin. He looks back up to you, and he lashes out with a whip. I'm assuming a 7 probably does not hit you.
Nope.
Alrighty.
That's what he got. That's what he got with advantage.
No, he got a 10 with advantage. I just realized that at moments before you said something, but either way, I don't believe a 10 hits you either.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure that you're taking into account the downsides of my tank stance.
Yeah, no, I always forget about reckless attack. Yeah, so as he lashes out at you, thinking he's going to hit you, he manages to clip a loose feather off the side of your head, essentially grooming you. Yeah, and he looks nearly appalled at his failure. Nylar.
Seeing everyone's finally in the thick of it, they kind of know where we're at. He's gonna move on up. 10, 20, 25. And then he is going to cast good old Thunderwave. And that'll go this way. And then I believe the one on the right still has its minus D4 for the Mind Sliver.
Yes. Wouldn't have mattered anyhow.
Oh, okay.
However, this fellow right here, he's a bit nimbly bimbly.
Okay.
He sees.
Oh.
I was gonna say he sees your thunder wave, turns sideways, and lets it just gently breeze past him.
Yeah.
But I believe he takes half, correct?
Correct. Save is half, and then hit is 10, the full 10 plus push back 10 feet.
So as he's hit, his corpse is flung through and hits a tree wrapping around it. You suspect he's probably dead.
Hello.
Rattle, rattle.
And then
I found him.
just because it's the only thing my ocelot can do now that I am done, it will fly over behind, and this time he's gonna try and mimic the noise of a metal clank. Chink, chink, chink.
Okay.
Just to try and distract him.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll those. Let's see here. So our first guy is going to roll a nat 20. Our second guy looks over at the elf, believing that she is probably trying to escape. So his eyes are focused on her.
And that is all for Mr. Ocelot.
All right. I'm going to take a few steps over here. I'm going to cast Bless.
Ah, yes. Bless them.
I believe that I can reach I can reach Rebecca and both of them. So that's who I'll bless.
All right.
Rebecca, Nylar, and Miko.
Rebecca. Definitely a name I remembered because I didn't make it up just on the spot. Definitely not a thing that happened. All right. They are, in fact, blessed.
And can I get a look at her from here? Is she unharmed at this point?
She looks pretty dirty, a little battered from probably being drugged through, thorns and bushes and stuff like that. But her legs are still folding the right way. Her elbows the same, and she looks like she can look out of both eyes. So
Okay, that'll be my turn.
This individual is going to look over at her and notice that she is cowering in the corner of her cage, and he is going to go ahead and ignore the caged woman. And he's coming for you, Mr. Cliff. And he will scream frazzle razzle because they have such a diverse language. And does a 14 hit?
14 misses.
All right, so he is going to swing, clanking off your delicious armor, and he's just going to look down at his dagger and sigh before ending his turn.
Okay. Miku can't see very well in these conditions, but she can see the clothed guy right there. She's gonna fulfill her job as meat shield for Nilar and doing another reckless attack.
All right. She's going to reckless it. Definitely not a pop culture reference. All right. With that 16, you actually do hit him. And I do believe that's an extra 2, correct? For your rage?
Yes.
Okay.
For some reason, it's not taking into account rage damage.
It won't.
Thought for sure
It won't unless you add it to it, which we can address later. It's not a big deal right now.
Okay.
But yeah. Anything else for you, Miss Miku?
Pretty sure she really doesn't have any options for stuff you can do this round. So, we're good.
Okay. Something I just realized. I should probably have my battle up because anybody who's watching this stream is probably bored out of their mind now. 4 people. Sorry. Oh yeah, just give me 1 second to throw this up in the corner here. I told myself I'd remember, and then I didn't. Oh well. First stream stuff. Alright. So if that ends your turn, our goblin boy is going to see that his comrades are being attacked and destroyed. One is folded across a tree, like it's trying to protect it from the winter frost, and the other one is 2 slices of Wonder Bread. He is not going to disengage, but he is going to run if Miku would like to do an opportunity attack.
Sure. I am not sure. Oh no, that was a regular roll, so we're good.
Okay. Yeah. So, 22 will definitely hit, and it will definitely take 12 damage. He is not very happy with that, but yeah. So he is going to run and run.
Yeah.
He is dashing the fuck out.
Does Miku get an opportunity attack?
She just did.
She already did.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah.
My apologies.
No worries. Now, you just saw an individual run his little ass off, and yeah.
I was quite hoping to study a new species, but I guess you'll have to do. 25, and I am going to use Shocking Grasp.
Ah, yes. The touch that keeps on giving.
And then...
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, as it connects, notice normally what you saw from his last spell was these complex equations just pop out in a violet glow before it erupted from his palms, the thunder wave. But as this spell comes out, it comes out violet, and then parts of it begin to change color to a bright golden rune, and they turn and change shape until, as the thunder starts to erupt from his hands, it turns cold and brittle and becomes ice in nature. Ice damage.
So it becomes ice damage. So we shall flavor this with ice instead. So, this individual, as you reach out and touch him, frost and ice begin to form around the leather. What bits of leather are covering his body, and He's just so damn cold and shivering in place that you don't think you can take a reaction.
Oh, they always taught me to preserve your specimens. And that is all I will do.
All right.
And with my 50, 5, 10, 15, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm flying everywhere. 20, 25, and then 15, 20, 25. My Raven is going to attempt to keep pace and keep eyes.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
All right. Seeing that goblin or whatever the things are called, Cliff is going to move to the cage and try to unlock the cage. Whether by force, I'm assuming now. I don't have a key, so.
Certainly. You have a frightened woman in a cage surrounded by strangers, and you're going to go ahead and start beating on the cage. Please. Let's see that attack roll.
It's all right. I'm going to get you out of there and we'll get you back to your daddy.
Oh, wow, 17 will definitely connect. And bludgeoning at that. So with a loud clang, your mace bounces off this cage. It's not put together very well, but it could definitely handle at least one of your shots.
Okay.
It's got to keep at least a human in there, or an elf in there.
Don't worry. We're going to get you out of here and get you home safe. It's all right.
She looks absolutely terrified.
You're right to be terrified. Everything's going to be okay. We were sent by your dad.
All right. So Goblin Skulker is unable to move very well, but he is going to go ahead and use a bonus action to disengage, and he is going to try to flee. And then flee some more, because fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, with both of the goblins gone for now, she's gonna help Cliff in freeing the prisoner. She's going to use her claws because she feels that would be less likely to cause damage that might cause the whole thing to collapse in on the hostage.
Okay. I mean, it is metal, but it's whatever a goblin can scrounge up.
Can I reckless attack the cage?
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
It's a mimic cage.
The elf woman is actually the tongue. No, God, that would be terrifying. No, yeah, you're able to hit it. What's that? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you do manage to connect. And yeah. Definitely looks like it's teetering, little Tower of Pisa.
Oh, okay. I went for unarmed strike rather than talons. So,
go ahead and roll the talons for.
Okay.
For damage. See, and that's why we do that. Yeah. There is there's quite a gash in one of the bars, Doesn't seem like she could get through it, but yeah, you're definitely making short work of this cage. Anyone else want to give it a shot?
Nilar will. I'm not much for muscle, but I've always. This is how I would get into those forbidden sections of the library. They kind of reinforce the locks after that, and he'll take the water from his pouch and use shape water to fill the locking mechanism, and then freeze it and let it expand.
Let's see the damage.
Yeah. What would you like me to do for damage? It doesn't have its own.
Go ahead and just roll a shocking grasp for what is it, D8? Yeah, D8.
Let's do it.
You know what? I'll say with that, as the ice begins to form, and we all know that ice loves to expand when it's frozen, the lock is able to, or the lock expands, and you hear a ping sound as the makeshift lock that was there starts to crumble. You now have access to your terrified elf woman. Are you guys planning on chasing after the two goblins who ran away?
I think we should get her back.
Yeah, Miku's gonna keep the hostage her priority.
So
Okay.
how does memory usually play a role in your long lifespan of your species? Having no people skills.
As she just sits there with her hands over her head, as if Cliff is going to beat her with that mace of his.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll put it away. Do you want to go home?
Yes, we're here to take you home.
Do most elves have an irrational fear of maces?
No, I think I just frightened her a little bit. I am terribly sorry, ma'am. We're gonna take you home now, okay?
These claws will only hurt, won't hurt you. I promise.
Do you want us to give you some room to get out?
And she just kind of nods her head.
Everybody back up a little bit.
Same.
Okay, I'll end combat and go ahead and have our boys escaped. And as
I'll have my little ocelot friend just doing perimeters within 100 feet.
Sure, pulling a NASCAR, going in circles, love it. Left-hand turns. As you back up, with the exception of our Vidalcan friend Nil, she comes out of the cage and proceeds to step away from you, just keeping her distance for now. Basically over here.
All right. My name is Cliff. I know you probably never seen something like me before. I've never seen something like you before. But like I said, we're here. Your dad hired us. Well, we're here to take you back home to the keep.
Do any of you speak Elven? By chance?
I mean, none of us have any reason to be able to learn that language, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think so. You never know with the Ganassi, though. Lots of languages.
I speak Common, Primordial, and Vidalcan.
She starts shouting at you in a language that none of you seem to know, pointing off where the goblins ran, and as she does so, tears are streaming down her eyes.
They're gone. No worry.
Anyone who would like to,
she might.
Anyone who would like to, go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Absolutely.
Miko is a bit gruff, but I think she can give it a well-meaning shot. Yeah, just as I figured would happen.
Anything for Nil? Is Nil still here? Did Nil disappear?
No, I'm still here. I'm not very charismatic. I'll be studying her. I'll do an insight. I want to try and read their body language.
Okay.
Get more of a feel for them.
Okay.
So,
is there any end game you're looking for there? Anything specific you're looking for?
More so, is it a desperation to get to something deeper in the woods or get away from?
She looks.
Oh,
that's a lot of insights.
Oh, sorry.
I'll go.
No, sorry, just the first one.
You're not 100% sure, but with that 16, it sounds like she wanted you to beat their ass. She's terrified, and she wants almost like she wants the fear to go away forever. But that's all you can really glean from that.
Rebecca, do you want to start heading home with us?
Was that Nylar or was that Cliff? Sorry, I'll get used to your voices eventually. As you speak a little bit softer this time, she picks up on her name in all of her hysteria, and she slowly switches over to common. I am Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Cliff. Nice to meet you.
Robert
Santos.
Why did you come save me?
You were hired by your father.
What's my father's name?
Robert.
Robert what?
I figured it was like a share situation.
Sorry, I had to.
You know, the famous Videlkin share.
I would have laughed if that was for real. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
We didn't have time to ask every relevant question. We were told this was a very time-sensitive mission.
Well, we asked Rebecca, but he didn't. The Amethyst, the Amy dude, didn't give us an answer.
I mean, logically speaking, we could just could have left you in a cage.
We would
you're
never
welcome
do
to
that.
stay here. I mean, never is a strong word. I don't know the circumstances of the future.
I will never leave you in a cage, Rebecca.
I might leave you in a cage.
She'll stare at Cliff, and she just looks between you and Nil, and she kind of does that elfly, lifts up her nose at him. Still got a bit of spirit in her, it seems. But she definitely steps away from Nil.
Seems you got your wits about you still. That's good. You want to head back now?
She nods her head.
All right. Should we put this fire out?
Did you have any belongings here?
No, most of my belongings I'd left along the way. I was hoping somebody would find me.
We found bits of clothing and such, but no belongings.
You can see the left side of her forehead, or I'm sorry, the left side of her head. There's definitely bits of hair missing from where she pulled it out.
Very clever.
Oh, is that where you left your stuff?
None of it is worth anything anymore. It's been torn
Why
to
do you?
pieces.
Oh, why it's too bad?
Isn't that how you found me?
Oh, I
Yeah,
found.
I thought you meant like you left like some kind of item behind or something.
Yeah, we misunderstood what that meant.
Oh. As she looks down at herself and her, you could tell it was nice clothing at one point, but it's definitely in a bit of tatters at the now, looking like rags. She's definitely covered in all the needed places, but
If it makes you feel any better, that color looks great on you. Makes you feel any better. Really, the eyeballs pop.
yeah, dirt tends to do that on white eyes.
Right. I'm just trying to make you feel better. That's all.
Leave it to the Earth Ganassi to find beauty in the dirt. Didn't you say we were going?
Yeah. Do you need any healing or something? Are you okay?
I can walk.
Okay.
Right. Are you injured at all?
Nothing more than a few scrapes.
What are your
Alright,
sustenance requirements? Do you need water or?
No.
What?
Not the time. Not the time.
No, he's asking a practical question in a very weird way. Do you need something to eat or drink? That's what he's trying to ask you.
I don't think.
Haven't had anything to eat or drink in over 24 hours.
Kate Miku's going to
Is-
share her rations with Rebecca.
Okay. Go ahead and remove one of your rations from your inventory. And she's almost ravenous digging into it. She's a little bit more peckish with the meat, but she does eat it. And it isn't 5 minutes before that ration is completely gone, hardtack and all.
Elves are carnivorous or table manners.
All right. I think from now on, when you don't need to say the notes you're putting down. I think some thoughts should stay inside the head.
But we're friends. I want to share what I learned.
That is true, but sometimes some people might take it the wrong way, and I don't want to have to do something to protect you because some people might take it the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is sharing knowledge bad?
It's more about the dehumanizing tone. In general, sharing knowledge is good, but when you're talking to people, remember that you are talking to a person.
So we're people. Good to know.
All right.
I will talk to myself more.
But I'm just saying, like saying things like rude table manners in front of the person you're writing notes about might not be the best thing.
That's also probably not typical. Remember, you're not talking about an elf in ideal conditions. She's probably eating quickly because she's starving.
Well, I mean, to his point, we don't know. We haven't seen an elf in ideal conditions, so he actually doesn't know.
I'm getting data material. This is my sample size. This is the first one, and he'll turn over A Study of Elves by Miraban.
Oh wow, you're published.
Listen, I've seen starving people, and regardless, and she's eating like a starving person.
All right. Well, I think we're wasting her time here. I'm sure she's
Yeah,
going to
so
get
let's get her back.
So let's get her back.
Yes, that is our main priority.
And with that, let's go ahead and take another small break. Let's be back here top of the hour.
Okay.
Perfect.
And yeah, we'll pick
Thanks,
up with
everyone.
Miss Rebecca.
Hell yeah.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
This thing.
All right. So, looks like everybody's back. That's good.
Yep.
And if I recall right, everybody was heading back to the castle.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let me add one other thing. And booyah. So many tabs. Right. Everybody load up.
I did. I also posted a link to a Google Drive file in our group, just as like communal notes that I started.
Aw.
Sure.
Just to keep track of all the bits.
All the bits and bobs. No, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. As you get back to the castle, you are met by Amethyst. Adventurers! I see you have. Hi! I see you have brought back our elven friend.
Yeah.
That's correct.
She
Hope
looks.
she can get proper care.
Well, her father's right here. This is Robert. Very nice fellow.
What's your last name, Robert?
Jackals. I asked him after you left, because you were very interested in his family name.
Yeah, I'm a very curious person. Be curious, not judgmental. That's what I live by.
And at this point, the father will look at you all. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without with my daughter being gone.
Well,
Many-
you probably would have entered a crippling depression, followed by life's hardships that comes with that, and then probably would have died and alone, sad, all that stuff.
I think that's. Well, I don't think we were in a position to judge whether that would be the case or not.
Yes, adventurer. You
Cliff.
probably Cliff. Yes. I'd really rather not wonder.
Well, you don't have to, because here she is, safe and sound.
He's going
What'd
to.
you say? I don't get that phrase. Not wonder.
We're saying that catastrophizing on what could have happened is actually not a good idea here.
Oh, but it's the most optimal way to avoid future situations that cause travesties like this. Maybe that's why your daughter fell into the goblin's hands in the first place.
Remember what we just talked about? Do you remember what we just talked about?
That's right. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's getting. Actually, go ahead and give me. Anybody give me a perception check. Or an insight.
Or insight? Well, you gotta do that before I roll, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
You gotta be quicker with that. I'm quick on the rolls.
I honestly, I just thought about it. Given. So Cliff
and I wouldn't know.
Cliff and Nil, you can't really tell for sure. You think he's responded to what you're saying. Miku, you have the exact opposite thought. He seems like he's getting irritated.
I think it's time to let our client speak.
Well, any way you look at it, I have to thank you for bringing back my daughter. And he sets a small pouch on the table.
Oh, what's that?
This is my payment. This is the life savings that I have after expenses, of course.
How much is in it?
In there would be 30 gold.
That's an amazing.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on 1 minute. Us three sidebar, please.
Okay.
All right. This man has 30 fucking gold to his name. Now, I say we take like 10 gold, divide it amongst us, and we give the rest to him. This is his last savings.
I agree.
I don't think it's right to take all of his savings.
I think maybe we either should ask for 12 gold or 9 gold, just so it's easier to divide.
I mean, I have no spells right now that require much gold. I already have my familiar. Does he have books? Now.
I'll ask. Mr. Robert, sir?
Yes.
We don't want to take your life savings, so we'll be happy if you give us 12 gold. And then you keep the rest.
I concur.
And then I was curious if you had any books of knowledge. We'll take that as payment as well.
Most of the books I have are to deal with farming and general plants. Nothing medicinal. Nothing.
You sell yourself short in the value of any knowledge. Farming is a valuable asset to any society. It tells you the infrastructure in which they operate, most of their herbs, their food, what they rely on, and droughts and typical seasons, what to plan around, the economy. Oh, I would love to peek at your book.
All right, relax. No one's
I know
absolutely
nothing about plants.
Here.
You see his arm around his daughter tighten as Nylar starts to become
belligerent. If you will bring the books that you talked about here, you can keep the rest of them. We did the right thing, and that's what matters, is that your daughter is safe. And if you ever need help again, you can call upon us.
And the books.
I said the damn books. You're going to get the books. We'll find you more books, too. Don't worry.
I knew we were friends.
You just want my book on farming?
The book and 12 gold.
Oh. Yes, I believe I can do that.
Well, we don't want to take your life savings, sir. That's not right. You worked hard for that money. It's all right. If you ever need us again, come find Cliff.
Oh, me and my daughter and I both appreciate this. We weren't. It's still a month before harvest, so we were gonna have to scrape to get by. But obviously, we could scrape by together. So, no, I appreciate it. I will be back within the hour. And at that, yeah, go ahead and split up your 12 gold however you wish, and
you guys want to split our items or just share it together?
We haven't.
I don't really have a thing for money, so if y'all just want to put it in, if you want to keep my money, mint nil, that's fine.
There's
just
a
share
gold
money.
section of every character sheet, and we technically should have 0 gold coming from the portal. So I am personally fine with keeping track of our gold as individuals for now. And if there's any big thing we could buy as a group, we'll discuss it. Give the gold to the person who's handling the transaction and deal with it that way.
Sure.
Well, I don't really. Okay, man. I haven't had a use for gold in forever.
I don't have access to many spells that require it, at least yet.
I just live off the land and what Sune provides for me.
Wait, are you implying you use money to buy things?
I don't. I know some people do.
Oh.
Do you have you never dealt with money at all, Neil?
I just told spells. Yeah, there's a great number of them that require it. Yes. Everything else is provided by our society. It's we do our work and we are provided for, and we care for each other in that manner.
You are a lucky son of a gun. That is not how it works in Gale.
That's how it works in my place. Everyone provides for everybody else. You got the farmers, you got the protectors, you got the healers, you got the shaman. That's how it works at our place too. No one pays for anything.
As long as you contribute to the society, we provide.
What if you don't contribute to the society?
I guess I'm the unlucky bastard then.
I don't know. I've never had to deal with no one that contributed. It doesn't make much sense.
That's not true, Miko. You're with us now, so
yeah.
I'd say you're one of the lucky ones.
Maybe. I really hope everyone else makes it here too.
What was to befall them if they don't?
We were talking about someone who, before I fled, the Lord Hawkchi had assassinated his older siblings and ascended as Lord of Gale, and his entire policy was to promote the exile of all the Ashens, and in a world like ours, kicking someone out of a city means that most of them are likely to die. It is far more likely that they will be successful if they go for this portal as opposed if they try to find another city on Kazakh.
Ooh. Well, that sounds terrifying.
There was a reason. Admittedly, I hit this man with the bottle, so even if he wasn't an illegitimate cur, I probably would have been on the table for the death penalty regardless. But any Ashen in my position is not going to have a good time in the proceeding as long as he rules.
A bad leader is never good. Before this event at my domain, we were led by elders, and they didn't want to share their books. So I wasn't fond of them either.
Is that who gave you the bracelets?
Yes. They're more symbolic. We still work, but it's considered a great shame, and we don't get access to everything. They didn't Normally our system is wonderful in our society, and it worked for millennia without problem. But occasionally, some people get to power, and they ruin it.
Yeah, it only takes one bad egg.
Tell me about it. It's very complicated because, like, there are lots of Aarakocra back there who weren't able to feed themselves even among the brights. My old master got himself in a condition he couldn't treat himself, and he couldn't afford other brights to treat him, and the Ashen didn't trust him because of how much he worked with the ruling government. And I wasn't able to get him the help he needed before he died. This is his hat. She tips the fedora.
Everything you've been saying is like incredibly depressing. So, we're gonna move on. But I think
Maybe
you
I
need to
should
talk to somebody and deal with that kind of internal remorse.
I'm applying my new skill of not sharing all of my thoughts.
Yeah, perhaps you should try that too, Miko.
Fine.
Like, talk about your things, but like, I think you should really find someone to talk to about the deep things, because like, you seem very sad. Like, you really haven't said anything uplifting the whole time I've known you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Today has been a rough day. All of the stuff I told you about literally happened less than I don't know if it's a little more than a day ago, or a day ago, or a little less. I'm just negative because of the circumstances.
Well, that's quite alright. It's quite understandable. But you know, you just gotta live and let live.
Out of character, this isn't bothering you, is it?
No.
Oh no. Neelar's ecstatic in this world, and I mean, this has been one of the best days ever. I've learned new species exist, sentient species that I can hold a conversation with. Magic probably exists. I got to watch one of those species split another in half, like a soft sea sponge, and I've made new friends.
I see you appreciate my handiwork, at least.
It was marvelous. If I could do that, dissections would be so much easier.
I really don't think that would be the ideal way to do an autopsy. That wasn't my job back at home, but I get the sense that's generally not how it's done.
Some of the chitin of the species of my world, it would be so much you could smash it for days and barely chip at it.
As you guys are having your conversation, Robert comes back, and in his hand is a book. Whoever wishes to take it, go ahead and put Farmer's Almanac in your inventory.
I believe that's for you, Neil.
Maximum dibs. He just is immediately pouring over it.
Oh, Robert, before you leave.
Yes?
I'm not sure you might know this, but do you know of any temples in the city?
There's one in the middle of town.
Is it for Sune?
There is a central temple. Branching off of it is many temples. If you speak to the clergy there, you may very well find your way to Sune, I believe you said?
Yes, that's right.
I would be looking for any worship places for Ilmater.
Yes, I mean, I don't know each person's individual
No,
person
you're
of
right.
Yeah, I
faith,
figured.
but I do know that the central temple, it's a lot like an octopus. Many branches, many arms come off of it, and from each of those is a worship of a
Okay.
god.
So an octopus is
And that's in the
something.
center of town.
Yes, but almost center. Obviously, the castle is the dead
Could you
center
draw me
of
a
it.
map?
I've never seen the world from the top view, and I don't leave town, but I know it's north of the castle.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
It looks like you haven't signed the book yet. Would you mind?
Sign?
Well, yes. How else are you supposed to know who's read the book and who you can talk about it with? You, is that's what you do? You sign your book.
He signs it, but his hands are a bit rickety. You the signature is not smooth. It definitely looks like a middle schooler might have done their signature.
Wonderful. That way, anyone that passes by and I pass this book on to eventually will also know who to talk with.
Yes, yes. But if you'll excuse me, I don't want to leave my daughter alone for too long. I only just got her back,
Understandable.
and he
Hey.
bows.
Is there any good places to eat around here? Sleep?
There's many good places. Have you?
What about your house?
I mean, sure. I have no reason to.
I'm just kidding, Robert. I'm just kidding.
But I can.
Think
I can mention the market. That's south of town. They tend to have there's armorers and an apothecary and
perhaps an inn.
yes. I'm very sure that there's an inn next to the market. But are you not staying at the castle overnight?
We have no idea what's going on.
What is the name of this city again?
It's the Gem City.
Gems.
Literally.
Oh,
Okay.
we just got here, man. We came through a portal. We don't know anything.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were fresh arrivals. I knew you were new, but I was unaware how new. Well,
Yep.
welcome to Oob. I'm what they call a generational. I've been here. My father lived here. I was born here. He was born here.
And you are a human?
I am an elf, like my daughter.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right. Met a lot of species I don't know today. My apologies.
Oh, yes. No, I can imagine how overwhelming this is for all of you. I just hope your stay is fruitful.
Well, if I ever need that home feel, I know who to go to.
Yes. Anytime you're back up here, um, you're welcome to come find me. I will gladly cook you dinner.
Oh, well, thank you.
I appreciate that greatly, especially if it involves fruit.
Although, Miss Bird, what was your name?
Mika.
I'm afraid that I am a chicken farmer. I don't know if that will be against your taste.
Regular birds aren't the same as Arakakra.
Yes,
We're omnivores.
I have been told humans find monkeys quite inedible due to a resemblance, so I was unsure, and I figured I would let you know now.
Don't worry about it.
What's a monkey?
Lots of. Even in the wild, our ancestors ate other birds.
Monkeys are a lot like furry humans.
I've only met one human today.
Oh, he was quite furry. Was he a monkey?
No, they are. Well, they are intelligent. As far as I know, they can't speak the word of man.
Oh, he definitely wasn't a monkey. He spoke pretty well.
Oh, yes, he was probably a human. There are many variants of humans. We get them in town all the time. There's even a really big one called a Goliath. Don't make them mad.
Why?
They could pick up myself like a small child and toss me like an even smaller child.
Well, that seems kind of comforting.
Yes. But as long as they're not mad, they tend to be very, very nice to get along with. And every once in a while, one comes helps me on my farm.
Oh, wonderful. We should go meet one right away.
I'm so glad the whole neighborhood can hear your fucking radio.
We should go find one right away. I mean, it seems that everyone of Oob just they like me here, unlike where I come from. So
Is that what is that what you have obtained? Understood. And with that, he's going to bow and excuse himself. Adventurers, you did a splendid job. You couldn't have done better.
Hi, Amy.
Hi. It was very emotional. The ups, the downs, the turbulence. It was. I think I'm gonna make a play about this. It's a lot like an opera, but it was very slippery. So soap opera. What do you think? Clever, right?
Wait, were you watching us?
I've been sitting here while you were talking this entire time.
I don't think he was trying to hide his presence here.
Oh, sorry, I was reading a book. It's about farmers.
Yes.
It's quite interesting. It dictates the seasons and then the planting, and then over here we have. You want to hear about this, right?
Maybe later. Right now. I mean, I've got to do my duty. You understand?
Duty.
What duty is that?
Well, starting tomorrow, it's up to you to take this message down to the Metallic Kingdom. We're trying to get them to, at a minimum, do a ceasefire with the Chromatics.
Sounds like a very good idea.
Yeah,
preventing
so
needless conflicts and wars.
in a way, you are our ambassadors. What?
I don't know what that means.
Are you sure that it's best to send people who just got here to be your ambassadors? Wouldn't you want someone who has grown up here and is thus more familiar with the political climate?
No,
yeah, but we're also heroes.
What you're forgetting is everybody who was raised here now has themselves a bias. And you are without bias against the dragons of any form or nature. So, what better way to get you out and about in the world to figure out where it is you want to go? Because whether you stay in the Gem Kingdom or you move and immigrate into another kingdom, that is entirely up to the individual. we do not fight to keep people here. In fact, we hope people will go and explore the world, find treasures untold. Whether you're an archaeologist or you're an adventurer, you always bring something back that is unique and valuable, whether monetarily or by knowledge.
Wait, Cliff, you called us heroes, but didn't we take gold? Aren't we mercenaries?
Yes, I do believe that's how that works. You take money.
We didn't take all the gold, though.
You're charitable
We're cheap.
mercenaries.
Oh, that's a nicer word. I was gonna say cheap.
It's also true.
Personally, I'm
Listen, I just don't care for money that much.
Personally, I'm a PI. I really should invest some of this gold into figuring out as much general knowledge about this world as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to be on the back foot when doing what I used to do.
That's a very good outlook on life. More you know. I believe our little blue friend over here, he's a bit scary with his knowledge. He's gonna get a paper cut on his nose.
I could only hope.
So, I definitely to make it clear now, I think your pursuit of knowledge is inherently a noble one. I just think maybe we need some people skills work. I'm trying to be a bit less gruff myself. I'm just kind of dull.
Well, if there's one thing that people like, and I am a people person, I think. I was before I was a hermit in exile. People like honesty, but sugar-coated honesty.
Yes, everybody likes sugar.
I am working on finding a way to turn my memories and words into physical form, but until then, I don't think I can cover them in sugar.
That's some metaphor, Neil.
Oh. What for?
A metaphor for taking the bad situation and making it sound better. Like, I can say that.
Okay.
And the sugarcoating things is just reducing the intensity while still getting the general sense of what's going on.
I will withhold for information.
No, don't withhold information.
Wait, she said yes.
Withhold information that is not needed and makes people uncomfortable.
Like, say, like if we rescued her, right?
Yes.
Let's just say, for instance.
Okay.
Like, hold on, give me a second. It takes me a second to think about things. Say we're on a mission, and we were supposed to go over here and rescue this person, like we just did. But like, we had to kill a bunch of people to do it. But the people who hired us didn't need to know that. We wouldn't tell them that. We would just be like, yeah, we got her out safe and sound. No problems.
I will work on sugar coating it.
Yeah.
Yes, like candy. Everybody likes candy.
Oh my God, has this entire... I thought this was a Christopher Walken impression, but has this whole thing been a King Candy impression?
No. My accent travels a little. Just a little.
When we were in with the other group, I think it was Gwendolyn who had the Irish accent.
Mm-hmm.
She almost drew me in because that's my go-to. I had to correct myself a couple times.
That's right. I understand what you're saying. I usually go with a Scottish accent myself.
Right.
I have known a guy from Glasgow for over a decade. I still can't do his accent any justice.
All right.
So,
Glass closed deep.
for our affirmative action going forward, how shall we find somewhere to rest? It sounded as if you were quite tired, Miku. And then,
Yes.
I need to go talk to Sune.
Oh yes. Please, everybody. This next task can wait till tomorrow for sure. Please go get some rest. Go to your temples. Check out the market. But before you do that, yeah. With that, we're actually gonna go ahead and call it a session.
Is he about to say something that changes the direction of the plot? And if so, can it be a neat cliffhanger? It sounded like he was about to say something important, and then we decided to call it the session.
No, nothing in particular. Nothing you need to
Okay.
worry about. Nothing. No. Wait, no.
and a chromatic dragon emerges from the inn's maw.
And
Out of
And
I just want to clarify, out of character, no one's particularly bothered. This is what I mean when I made Miku a hard-boiled detective character. It is not just a pun. It is reflecting the fact that she comes from a film noir bird city.
honestly, it didn't take a lot to get me off kilter.
ditto.
So yeah, we have things in place for that if people have an issue. I did realize that I can't see the fist thing. Not yet, not until I get another monitor to monitor everybody's facial expressions. I have to keep flipping between tabs. Yeah, go ahead and use Discord if you need to. I do hear the pings and pops and so on and so forth.
I put it on Do Not Disturb because I heard some Discord messages in the background, and I didn't want to interrupt the stream with messages of my own.
Of course, no, I understand. But yeah, with that, I'll end the stream. If you guys would like to get together and go ahead and to our Discord channel, we can do that as well. And
In betweens, you mean?
I'm sorry, the good team.
In betweens, another dungeon. In my Spelljammer game, there's like a channel where it describes what our characters are doing in between sessions.
Oh, well, usually I just pick up or I figure we'll pick up where we left off, unless there's anything that you guys want to do something in the background, like, yeah, I go to my temple and you pray, or I slept.
Yeah. I think he's more getting at the point that after we can just go hang out in the other channel, talk about session and where we're going.
I misunderstood.
What'd you like? What did you not like? And then our streamers don't have to listen to us.
Unless they're interested in that.
Unless they're interested in that, and then maybe at some point we can, start bringing people into the Discord channel. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. I had a good time.
Yeah, thanks everyone who watched. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you.